Hi, I'm Jill Sandwright Callender, the author of the Happy Little Garbage Truck educational picture book and program because this book teaches literacy and social skills. So it's sort of like an educational picture book when you have the materials, which are now available in our store. Well, it's been a while, and a lot of things have been projects that I've been working on have kept me from coming back to my blogs, but I hope that we can pick up where we left off, which was on the locus of control. And this is a topic that is near and dear to my heart. In our last conversation, I said that I believe that hopefulness will help us answer the question of how to have a higher level of a locus of control, which is an internal ability to see that you can change things. You may not be able to change things that are happening outside of you yet, but you are in control of your attitude and your thoughts. And because of that, people with a higher level or higher inner locus of control tend to be more, I guess, successful. They are more self-contained. They have a higher level of ability to get things done. Whereas if you have an external locus of control, you tend to have more of a, this is what's happening to me. If I, if this weren't to have happened, I could have. And it just brought me back to a conversation that I had with a young lady when I first came out to Los Angeles. I came out to make films. Teacher who wanted to make films. I'm sure that's happened before. But one of the people in our audience, because it was like a promotional that this is what we're going to do, a group of us from a film class. One of the young ladies asked me, "Well, who's going to let you make films?" And I was just like, surprised. And I said, I don't need to ask permission, that I'm just going to do it." And, it was very hard, but I could say that we were able to complete one film at least that was a feature and went on to do some shorts. But I found my calling was really in writing. And so that's what I focused on. So that inner locus of control that I learned about in my education classes has really shaped who I am as a person of how I'm going to let things control my destiny. Am I going to let outside influences or am I going to use what I know within myself? It can be, not just emotions, but the wisdom that comes from, okay, what can happen first? What should I do next? And uh, talking with people who are experts in the field. How did they do it? Researching how others, reading a lot of biographies and autobiographies of how people did what they did. So, but what happens when things go sideways? What do we do then? And how do we help our children manage and cope in those situations? So I believe that, believe it or not, that's really where we find out what we're made of. This sideways situation exposes some of our not so great portions of our character. And these are the areas that we really want to know about so we can recast this section of our personality and our abilities and build up the parts of our psyche and spirit that we need in order to increase our focus and our abilities. So ultimately, we are in control of our attitudes and we see ourselves growing in the midst of these adverse situations by constantly reshaping our attitudes and finding out what can we do. Okay, for an example, this COVID quarantine was really a time for me, and I know for others that I felt personally. I felt boxed in and it's sort of helpless from the beginning, and that's never happened in my life to that extent. But instead of just saying, "Woe is me," but, we were like not supposed to go out or anything. I kept my focus on how are the parents and children in special education doing and managing? How are they going to manage in this time? So that concern led me to start these blogs. And about a year ago, during Autism Awareness Month in 2020, I began to go online, YouTube, to offer suggestions, tips, and tools to parents and teachers who were in the virtual teaching world. And so I started this to help others, but I found myself gaining knowledge and parts of topics that I didn't really know fully before. And now I had to dig in deep to really understand them so that I could explain them to others. So out of an adverse situation, I can honestly say that I found a way to grow, and it came from reaching out of my comfort zone to help others. So thanks for subscribing. Please subscribe, please share, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye bye.